Welcome to Exploring the Multiverse. I'm Nick,
I'm Rob.
and let's talk comics. So, we're going to talk a little bit about Marvel Comics today.
Get into them.
We're going to talk a little bit about some characters, maybe
Just go through characters,
some stories that are pretty good that we might think are interesting. You know, whatever.
Yeah,
Marvel
whatever
stuff.
we feel. It's more just going through talking Marvel characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever we do, it's just Marvel
Yeah.
today. Yeah.
So,
I got the app up right now with all the characters. We can scroll through.
nice. Pick one. Pick a
We're
character.
gonna scroll, bam, stop. We're gonna go with Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler. Nice.
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler is part of the X-Men team. He's a teleporter,
Okay.
so he can teleport shorter distances, not super long, but he has to be able to see it.
Now, can he hold on to somebody else and
take
teleport them? Yeah. Okay.
So, like, he can grab onto another character and poof, and they can both go where they need to go and stuff. So, yeah. He actually goes into the another dimension.
Okay.
That's why you always see that puff of smoke whenever he disappears, because that's the ash and brimstone of that dimension that's popping into ours when
That's
he
pretty cool.
goes in and out.
All right.
Yeah.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty cool
Um,
character.
On a level of 1 to 10, I guess, power, like if on his power scale, what would you give him?
He's I wouldn't say like a fighter on the same level as like a Logan or a Captain America or something like that, but no slouch.
Okay.
He's a religious person, so he doesn't want to hurt people. Definitely doesn't want to kill anybody. So that has its pros
So
and
it's
cons.
peace first before
Yeah,
harm.
yeah.
All right. That's cool.
His teleporter ability is, definitely gotten people out of, danger
Yeah.
and saved people
Himself out
from
of
dying.
danger,
Yeah. So I wouldn't say that he's a super powerful mutant, but I mean,
In the
I
level
wouldn't.
of X-Men, where would you? I mean,
Lower
I know
tier.
Lower tier. Okay. I
Yeah.
was gonna say I know there's a lot, but so
Yeah.
lower tier. All
Lower
right.
tier,
All right. It's all right. We're gonna scroll again.
yeah.
Punisher.
Punisher, okay. Well,
Frank Castle.
Frank Castle,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like the character. He's definitely
Yeah, he's a bad dude.
bad dude. You
Yeah.
definitely don't want to make him mad.
Yeah. He will punish those who commit a crime,
Who deserve.
and they all get the same treatment. So
Yeah.
if you were stealing from a grocery store, or you were trying to steal millions from,
Doesn't matter.
doesn't
He's gonna
matter. It's
treat you
all
the
it's all the same. Yeah.
Yep.
So, but he was a war veteran, and then his family got
Slaughtered.
yeah.
Yep.
So then
And he lived.
yeah, and that was the mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They messed up with that.
So he's
And
got
they
some
got the
pretty
great
cool
character
stories.
to play him in the TV series. man.
Yeah.
John Berthnell.
Yeah.
However you say his last name. If I messed that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's I like him.
Yeah, I like him. He's a
for
good
sure.
character.
But yeah, he's got some of those darker stories, the Punisher.
Yeah, some that you can't just tell those
Yeah,
stories.
we won't be able to tell those stories on YouTube,
Yeah.
because they're very graphic, and yeah. So, but
But he's a cool
he's
character.
a cool character.
Yep.
Ground level character. As far as he doesn't really have any
No powers.
superpowers or
He's
anything
just
like
angry.
that. Just
And determined.
the stuff that he survived, you would question if he really doesn't have any powers.
Yeah.
But yeah, really cool character. street level. You know what I mean? He does have some stories where he's more than that. But
Okay.
for the majority of his character's history and run,
It stayed the same, and
yeah.
that's
So
what about no affiliation with anybody? Uh, he wasn't on any team or anything like that. Just rolled solo.
for the most part, I think he might have joined a team or there, but not for any significant amount of time. It
Okay.
was for purpose.
That was for that moment. That was
Yeah,
needed or something like that.
yeah.
Okay.
Wasn't part of any prominent team where he was a member like all the time.
Yeah, yeah. All right, we're gonna go right at the top of the list. Spider Man.
Oh,
Jump
geez.
into one of the favorites.
Yeah,
Right.
Spider Man, Peter Parker, great character. Um, really resonates with the younger crowd
Yep.
because he's a younger character and he can relate to people um, who are doing their everyday thing, but he can
And
do
they
a lot more because he's Spider Man.
and they don't have. He's not the star athlete.
Right.
That can bench a bunch
Super
of
smart.
yeah, just
Yeah.
super smart and
Before he was Spider Man, he was picked on
nerdy.
all the time and
Yeah.
everything. So, um, but fun fact, Spider Man actually pulls his punches with all his villains and stuff like that. And they found that out when Doctor Octopus took over Spider Man's body and went to go and fight one of the other supervillains and pretty much punched dude's jaw off his face. Like,
He's like,
and
whoa.
he was like, that's when he realized that, you know, Spider Man was pulling his punches all that time because if he hit him as hard as he could, then
It'd have been over.
they wouldn't have been standing after that. It would have been over. Um, so it just goes to show that, even when Spider-Man is getting beat up and he's down and out, he's still not willing to go
And go that far and kill.
right, because that breaks his thing, his code.
Yeah.
But, accidents have happened before,
Yeah. It happens.
but for the most part, he doesn't do that, and the typical story of, you know, Uncle Ben, passing and him having to learn that he can't save everybody. And, with great power comes great responsibility, that whole thing,
Yep.
Um, yeah, he's a really cool character.
Definitely a
Relates
cool
to a lot of
character.
people. Then you got the Miles Morales Spider Man,
Yep.
which at first nobody wanted him to be Spider Man.
It was a change. People don't like change.
Right. And then basically he met the Peter Parker from the main Marvel universe and he basically told him that he was doing a great job and keep it up and
Yep.
basically Marvel telling fans that he's not going
He's not
anywhere.
going anywhere. This is
So
what's
you might as well get
happening.
used to him and
Yeah.
and he's had some amazing stories and he's now he's part of the main Marvel universe because his timeline was destroyed.
Okay.
But then he was able to come into this one, and he's done a lot of stuff with Peter Parker, and he's actually fought Peter Parker before, and if memory serves, I think he won.
Spider-Man on Spider-Man.
Yeah, so a lot of cool stories, with Spider-Man and
Yeah.
his rogues gallery and the like I said that story where Doc Ock takes over Spider-Man, Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Really good story.
All right. We'll have
Really
to get
good
into that
Spider-Man
one of these
story.
times.
So
All right. Awesome. On a scale of, I know again it's hard to judge, but power wise, with everything.
he's stronger than he lets on. He's got that his real ability is his spider sense because that as long as you don't have a way to trick that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He's knows. Yeah,
yeah,
he's got you.
yeah. He's really powerful because of that.
Yeah. Okay.
All the other stuff, sticking to walls and the spider webs and
Elusiveness and all
all
that
that
stuff.
stuff. It's his spider sense and being able to dodge and get out of the way. That's his what
That's
makes
the
him so
that's the bread and butter.
yeah.
All right.
But he's for the most part another street level. He's friendly neighborhood Spider Man. He's not friendly galactic Spider Man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, has he had stories where he's been out in space and doing all this crazy stuff? Yes, he has. He's actually having one right now. Pretty interesting story. But yeah, so for the most part, he's street level guy. He has joined the Avengers and stuff like that. Um,
And his characters in the movies and everything, they've been good.
yeah,
The
yeah.
progression, everybody's done a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Holland is the most recent one still,
Yeah.
and he's doing great
Yeah.
still.
Some might say he's the best one,
Yeah.
which I tend to agree.
I
But
probably agree too.
I
But
do like the other two as well.
yeah,
And when they all came together, um,
it was a good.
it was
yeah,
a really
It
good.
was really
I really
good.
enjoyed that. They played well off each other. So
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
All right.
Let's go to let's Franklin Richards.
All right.
He's the son of Mr. Fantastic and Miss Fantastic from the Fantastic Four. Uh, super powerful. Um, Depending upon what story, you know,
So now, from
Marvel flipped
everyone else that we've talked about as far as powers, this guy has a
the
lot more power.
the most
Okay.
power out of everyone we've discussed
So
on the
far.
list so far.
Okay.
Yeah, with no contest. He can any of those guys that would go to do anything would without it he wouldn't even have to snap his fingers. He just think about it and then you would be gone. No one would know who you were and that would be the end of you. So he's super powerful. Universal matter manipulator. He can pretty much do anything that he wants to. Um, he has made Galactus his herald at one point,
Oh wow.
where he brought Galactus back to life. Um, but he was channeling the power of himself and his younger self at the time. So you might say he was twice as powerful as normal at that point in time. But
Still.
when Galactus, the world devourer, is afraid of you and says that
Yeah. So
he
doing
inf-
something.
yeah, you're a pretty powerful guy.
Yeah.
And Galactus has said that him and Franklin are going to be the last two beings
Left.
alive at the end of the collapse of this universe when this universe dies and a new one is reborn to take its place. They'll merge
They'll be
and
okay.
and they'll be the new being
Mm.
of that next universe. So which I wish they would tell a story about that.
Yeah, that'd be
'Cause
crazy.
That dude sounds like crazy powerful guy. But yeah, he's when he was first introduced, obviously he was a baby, and then as he got older and stuff, he finally realized that he had powers, but he didn't really know. So they put mental blocks in to like dampen his powers because one point he was watching a TV show and a commercial came on and I forget what he was. I think he was doing a Rubik's cube and he got frustrated and the commercial on the TV or something said, "Why don't you grow up?" And without even realizing it, he aged himself up to be this adult
Oh
with
man.
a full beard and long hair, and nobody knew who he was. And Fantastic Four he was in the Baxter Building, so all of a sudden they were like, "Who's this guy?" And nobody could touch him. And then finally he reverted himself back, eventually. But yeah, he had that kind of power where inadvertently he could end the world just because he accidentally
Thought about
thought
it.
about something, you know.
That's insane.
Like he didn't mean to turn himself into an adult, but he just the influence of hearing it on the TV and boom. So that's, the kind of power
That he
that
has,
dude
but he
has
learned to control it.
eventually. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So,
that's pretty cool.
yeah. So,
That's pretty cool. All right, so compared to that, now sticking with the power, pick another one that has a power similar, I guess.
um, the Molecule Man, Owen Reese.
Okay,
Um, he's I believe more powerful than Franklin Richard.
really?
Yeah. Uh, then there's because he fought the Beyonder. He was Owen Reese became the Molecule Man because he was doing an experiment, and basically how a cosmic cube is made is one of like this super powerful item object in Marvel Comics, and basically it takes energy from the Beyond verse and it puts this in this cube, and then you can do whatever you want with that.
Now you have this
Immense
power.
power
Yeah.
in the cosmic cube. But he was doing an experiment where he was trying to do something with the Beyond verse, and energy came down and went into him instead of the cosmic cube. So he was basically the cosmic cube,
Mm,
and the other half of that energy went on to become sentient and became the Beyonder.
okay.
And at one point they fought each other and they were basically almost dead even, and their fight was threatening to destroy everything.
Yeah.
So again, another immensely super powerful thing. But when he first came onto the scene, he had a confidence issue. He thought that his power stemmed from, I believe it was like a cane or a wand or something like that. And basically, it was Doctor Doom that was like, "Dude, you don't need that thing. You are the power.
Yeah, yeah. It's just
Like you don't need that." And basically, ever since then, he didn't need um
he could just
anything
do it.
like that. He got the confidence and realized that he was indeed the power, and yeah. So they have a bunch of different guys like that, like Mad Jim Jaspers,
That's
another
cool.
one that
All right.
was did the Jaspers warp, which basically started in his universe and then went out into the multiverse, and
Affected everything.
yeah, basically they had to wipe out his entire universe in order to stop it, and that was a weaker version than the version that was in the main Marvel universe.
Oh wow.
So once the main Marvel universe, Jim Jasper found out about that, he built this machine that was able to adapt to anybody's power, and basically the machine started to think for itself, and when Jasper went to delete it, it realized that he needs something in order to create something. So like Franklin Richards can make something out of nothing. Mad Jim Jaspers needs the clay already there in order to make that into something else.
Okay.
So if he wanted to make this microphone into a teacup, he would need the microphone in order to make it a teacup. Franklin Richards can just make a teacup.
Yeah.
That's the difference between them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So basically, how he was defeated was the robot brought him to where the other universe was that was empty. And because he is a regular dude, just with the power to
There's nothing
change
there.
things, they were able to kill him. So that's how he died, because he went to a universe where there was essentially no clay to mold.
To mold. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was nothing for him to do anything with.
Yeah.
He
So
was just screwed.
yeah.
Oh,
So those are a
well played
couple-
on their end,
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah. So those are a couple of the super powerful characters. I mean,
Ones out there.
there's a lot more. But those are just some of the ones that come to mind.
Well, here's one. I know that you like this one. Um, and there's some power involved. Storm.
Storm is dope. She she was a thief and a pickpocket when she first, was introduced into Marvel Comics and stuff, and met Xavier, and you know,
He pulled her out of the.
yeah, she went to his school and was joined the X-Men, and she became a teacher at the school, and then she became the leader of the X-Men team, which used to be Cyclops. Cyclops left, and then when he came back, he had like a fight with Storm, and at the time she didn't have her
Over
powers
leadership?
over leadership,
Okay.
and she whooped that behind. Boy, she put a whooping on him. It was good, and she didn't have her powers, so it made it even better.
Yeah. He was
Um,
like put in place.
yeah, but she's got she can control the weather
Yeah.
uh on any planet that she's on.
Oh,
It does not just limit to Earth.
to Earth.
And storms and weather happen, there's
They're everywhere.
storms out in
Yeah.
outer space and stuff like that. And there's winds in outer space that she can control. She can make like a little atmosphere around herself so she can breathe when she's out in space. She is super powerful. Um, Hand to hand combat, not a slouch. She is very prodigious in many different kinds of combat. So, like I said, even when she didn't have her powers, she was still
She
able
could still fight.
to beat a dude that had his powers.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
crazy.
so um, she can fly. She can summon down lightning. She has got a huge boost in power
So her arsenal
over
is
the
just
years. And right now, she is leagues more powerful than she was in the past with the different things and that she's able to do. Um, the and the how well she's able to do it.
mm,
So yeah, she's
you
she's
want her on your side.
yeah, she's a great character. She's had a lot of great stories, character development. She was married to Black Panther at one point.
Okay.
She was worshipped as a goddess at one point. Um,
In Wakanda?
Wakanda and then other places, yeah, because she can make it rain
Mm,
wherever and control the weather.
yeah, yeah.
So people viewed that
Did
as
she ever go bad?
yeah, there was
Other
like
than the pickpocketing in the beginning.
there was there's always stories where someone gets taken over and they
Go
turn
rogue for
bad
a
or
second.
whatever. Yeah, but for the most part, nah, she's been
Stay true to that
yeah,
path.
yeah.
That's cool.
Um there's been other characters that started out good and then
Went bad.
went off the rails, but she's not one of them.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, Storm is definitely like you said, someone that you want on your side, and if you're going against her, then get ready because you're gonna need to come ready
Yeah.
because woo yeah she's a cool character.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
so
All right. Where are we at? Let's get a couple more in here real quick. Let's just go through. Just because I like to mess with you, we're gonna go Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. Okay.
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye had a interesting story growing up. Him and his brother didn't have the best home life. And then when they were taken out of that situation and put in foster care, that didn't go their way either. So they left and they joined a circus, where the two guys that took them in, taught them the ropes, and that's where Hawkeye picked up his bow for the first time.
Got to started getting the skills.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
then coupled with the acrobat skills and his uh he was a natural with the bow. Um, so started doing that and joined the Avengers and was the leader of the Defenders at one point, and he's had the was on a couple of different teams, and I can't remember all of them off the top of my head, but uh, again, he is.
No real superpower. No, there's no superpowers. It's just hand to hand
I mean,
combat,
no
bow and arrow.
superpowers compared to his teammates,
Yeah.
but I mean, his bow strength is uh stronger than what Olympic people use.
Okay. So he's coming
So
with some force.
you would have to have some sort of superhuman strength. Just when you say superhuman strength, you kind of think of like Spider-Man, the Hulk, Thor,
Yep.
those guys that
Something that's
could,
not natural. Yeah.
right, the above average strength that he has that is more than what a natural human would
Yeah.
have.
Could be considered a little
Yeah.
bit of.
I mean,
Okay.
he survived things that that a person shouldn't be able to survive.
Yeah.
So, but as far as like superpowers, no, he doesn't really have any. Um,
But he made
really,
it to the Avengers, like you said. He made it to the Avengers. So
yeah,
even if he wasn't the up on the top of the totem pole per se of
right.
the people, he still was on the team.
Yeah. I mean,
So
he has his purposes, I guess, but I think it's cool because he gives you like, okay, what would a person that trains all the time is athletic, really good with some kind of combat.
hmm
He's really good with swords. He became Ronin at one point. Um, which was like a super
yeah,
assassin.
went rogue on that with
Yeah.
yeah.
So he has the fighting skills. He has,
He's got some story to him.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I think that characters like him that are, like Black Widow and just characters like that that don't have like any powers.
hmm
I think they're a representation of like if
Everybody.
right, if someone was like I said athletic and wanted to do something good but didn't have the powers but was good at something
Yeah.
that
A
can they could
vigilante,
contribute.
basically.
Yeah.
Or it starts out a vigilante and then turns into a superhero when people realize the good that they're doing. Right.
Right.
That's all it really is.
Yeah.
It's just when people stop looking at them as looking at them that they're doing something wrong, and they're like, "Oh, wait, they're stopping criminals. Now they're a superhero."
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so street level guy that joined the Avengers and then had some
Some
pretty
success.
crazy stories from it. Yeah.
All right. Maybe this is the last one. We'll just go with Gambit.
Gambit's cool. Gambit originated in his debut comic, and he was there with Storm. He was able to help them, and um, yeah, he joined the X-Men. He has basically uh, kinetic energy. Everything has some sort of energy in it, and he can harness that energy and then cause it to explode. Um, so he's very good with his bow staff, um, and he actually had his powers dampened by Mister Sinister because he was afraid that he was not going to be able to control them. But if he didn't do that, he becomes this super powerful guy that is basically comprised of energy. Um, but he wasn't a very, he was in an alternate universe
Hmm.
where Gambit didn't get his powers reduced. Um, and he wound up destroying that that world, trying to make it a better place, you know.
Not the
Um,
wrong way.
yeah.
Well, I could
So
definitely see where you're coming from with the X-Men being powerful.
yeah,
They
yeah,
have some skills.
yeah, yeah.
So,
There's a lot of really powerful uh characters. There's a lot of really interesting characters and fun characters
yeah.
to to learn about, and
Yep.
even if you know about them, there's something always new and
To
interesting that you
find out
can
a
learn.
story that you didn't hear yet or something.
Yeah.
So it's going to be
So,
fun going down that journey.
yeah.
And we'll do a bunch of these where we just go through characters like this.
Yeah,
We'll
it
do
was fun just to be able to sit
just
and just
talk.
give a little blurb about,
Yeah.
different characters and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. We'll do it
And
with
if you
some
guys,
DC and independents.
yeah,
And
if
if
you
you
guys
have a character that you know or that you want to hear
yeah,
about,
or you were like, "Oh, I want to hear more about one of the characters that we brought up," then, let us know and we'll do a video on it.
yeah,
So
definitely.
we want to be able to do stuff that you guys want to learn about and hear about. So let
Yeah.
us know.
So let us know and we'll get into it.
Yep.
All right, brother. It was
All right.
fun.
Yeah, man.
Later.
Later.